All right, Gemini energy. Welcome in, my Geminis. Love you guys, man. Gemini, welcome in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. All right, I do appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for viewing the video. I hope that the messages are helpful. All right. If you are a new subscriber, I do appreciate your support. Thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for subscribing. If you're an existing subscriber, I do appreciate your support. To all, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. All right. Past, present, future energies. Only take what resonates with you. Leave the rest. All right. Gemini energy. Gemini energy. I thank you guys for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. It's all appreciated. Real talk. Gemini, we're going to start off with the declare and decree deck. See what possible blockages need to be removed. All right. We have all blockages of my financial and material resources are now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All blockages of my financial and material resources are now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. You want to write that down. Set your intentions to clear that energy and burn it. Yes, set fire to it, because you want to block out any negative energies that has the potential to block you financially or materially, okay? Any blockages of your financial or material resources, you want to set your intentions to release those blockages, right? All right, Gemini, all energy that blocks my sovereignty, birthright, and inheritance are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. This is good. All energy that blocks my sovereignty, birthright, and inheritance are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. Write that down. Set your intentions to release that negative energy. Any negative blockages, set your intentions to release that and set fire to it, of course, in a safe place. Fire destroys. You want to destroy any negative energy that has the potential to block you from anything that's yours, anything that's inherently yours. Abundance, sovereignty, birthright, monies, material gain, whatever that belongs to Gemini. Gemini wants to release those negative blockages so those things can come to you in whatever form or fashion they're supposed to, right? This is spiritual. For those of you who may not know, this is a spiritual deck that I use, declare and decree deck. It has positive rituals written on each card. And these rituals pertain to any parts of your life. This is spiritual, okay? If this part doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Some of you, it may resonate with you, all right? To each his own. I'm not here to pressure anyone, but this is something I use, and I found it to be very beneficial because we do deal with spiritual warfare, okay? Believe it or not. All right, Gemini, past, present, future energies, okay? Past, present, future energy. Only take what resonates with you. Leave the rest. Do not try to make messages fit. If it does not make sense to you, it's not for you. Somebody could be deceptive at this time, some kind of way. Being deceptive, not being honest with you, or being sneaky. Okay. Gemini energy. Gemini energy. All right. Let's see. We have the 8 of Wands, Gemini, the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles. You have the 5 of Swords, the Devil card showing up, the High Priestess, and the 10 of Cups. So there's something you're very aware of, something you know about. You may know that you need to disconnect from someone. You may know this for a fact, that you need to disconnect from someone who either has toxic ways, a toxic mouth, toxic thoughts, toxic agendas, something to do with something toxic, and they could very well be trying to hold on to you out of a scarcity mindset, or just like being in vibration, a low vibration, a low frequency, okay? I did say someone could possibly be being sneaky or deceptive with you at this time, someone who's possibly not giving as much as you are giving in a relationship, okay? because there's no boundaries here. And it's like the boundaries says treat me fairly. The boundary says I'm worth being treated better than this. The boundary says don't breadcrumb me, because I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to allow that. That's having boundaries. Boundary says I love myself. And if you don't love me and know how to treat me, then I can disconnect from you. And it is what it is. I'm not going to allow you to breadcrumb me, given to me and possibly someone else too, or just being selfish with me, you know, in general. But with the high priestess, there's something that you're paying attention to, that you see, so don't ignore it. You see, you may be dealing with someone who's low-key, I could say possibly thieving, but not being honest with somebody who likes to win. And if holding on to you keeps them steady and abundant and afloat and complacent, comfortable, if holding on to you provides that for them, if it's beneficial for them to hold on to you, they're going to do it, as long as it benefits them. So you need some boundaries. The 8 of Wands is showing up here, where something may have taken off pretty fast in a relationship in the past, for whatever reasons. But you've learned over time, it's something that you may not be able to trust. It's something that you're not sure you want to be tied to. And there's reasons for that. And also, when you did start this situation, no boundaries, no rules. Okay? And that's what's causing you to walk away. Okay, bottom of the deck is the World, Gemini. Whole new cycle that needs to close out, and a whole new cycle that can begin. You could have met this person online as well. Here's your material gain and your financial gain right here. Here it is. Remember? Yeah, the material and the financial gain. Hold on, Gemini. Here we go. Remember this card here? We just got through talking about this. All blockages of my financial and material resources are now cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All energy that blocks my sovereignty, birthright, and inheritance are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. You don't need any blockages to your material or your financial gain or any type of opportunities that can help you push forward in life. Period. Okay? So, what are you going to decide to do? You may have to do something new, something different, learn something new, learn something different when it comes to finances. And you're going to have to trust yourself. You're going to have to think long and hard, and you're going to need to reflect. Some of y'all, the reflection comes way from childhood. You're going to need to reflect when it comes to your money, when it comes to your material gain, when it comes to your life, and how you maneuver through life. What works for you, what benefits you, and what does not. Okay? Some of you could be dealing with a marriage. Some of you could just be dealing with a relationship that's been long term. But even though it's been long term, has it been working? You have the Queen of Cups. You have the Strength card. You have the Hanged Man. A lot of things have been delayed and in limbo. Okay? Even with all the sacrifices that's been made here, Gemini, a lot of things you made a lot of sacrifices, even though you haven't been treated equally here. There's breadcrumbing here. 6 of Pentacles energy. And you need to learn to give to yourself more. I see you have the strength to walk away though, Leo energy. But you have to learn to not be codependent, but depend and support and depend on self to an extent where you're able to stand on your own. Not that you haven't been able to do that, but it needs to become more sturdy where no one can put you on red, and you won't depend on another person for any validation, or depend on another person for wish fulfillment, or depend on another person for finances, okay, or for comfort, or for security, okay, because you're the high priestess. You know that something's not right or something's wrong with how you're being treated or the person you're dealing with or have dealt with. It is codependency relationship here, codependency here. Codependency, very toxic. Somebody who likes to lie, who likes to win, who likes to manipulate. Some of y'all got somebody who has a wandering eye. They like to flirt. They like to cheat or flirt around with other people. You could have met this person online. And see, they see you in this Queen of Cups energy. So to them, you know, you'll give anything, do anything, you know, you overly, possibly overly give, overly extend yourself here, which is toxic. You don't need to do that. Someone that you could have released before and you got back together with. Could have been an up and down situation or an in and out situation. Sometimes, you know, there may have been breakups at time where y'all separate, come back together. Separate, come back together. Because it's some type of toxic soul tie. There's an entity this person is attached to, in which you need to detach. But I feel like there's been delays, even though there's something you see here. You're starting to either wake up to something or see something here. But there's, like I said, with things being held up, things being in stagnation, it's because of this energy. It's like you need to detach from this person. It could be a possible fire sign, okay? Yeah, it could be a possible fire sign that you need to detach from, or someone with heavy water in their chart that you need to detach from. Yeah, you have betrayal here. Someone who doesn't mind lying to you, okay? And it could have been, I could say it could have been a lot of physical fights as well as arguments going on here, to where law enforcement may have had to get involved at some point, because this is toxic, okay? And this is somebody who, they wouldn't release you easily because they like you to be in the toxicity with them, okay? Some of you, you could share this toxic trait with this person from a past life, to where y'all toxic energies could possibly have matched at some point, okay? When you got with this person, that could have been partially why you may have drew them in, because of some type of negative toxic attachment, even as a child. So you have 15 swords here. That's a lot of swords. That's a lot of swords, okay? But there's also lie and betrayal. There's deception here too. Somebody is very deceiving, possibly when it comes to money, not being honest about what they make or what they have or what they actually bring to the table or can bring to the table or have been bringing to the table. It could definitely be a fire sign that you're dealing with. And see, I feel like you see through this person, you know, but it's like a part of you that has allowed yourself to have a blind eye to certain things and situations with this particular person. And you may have waited for this person to get their shit together. You may have decided, you know what, I'm gonna give you some time to grow up and get your mind right. Because right now your mind ain't right. I'm gonna let you get your mind right and let you, you know, realize what it is you doing. And maybe you tried that with this person and that didn't work. Okay? And yet and still, regardless of you maybe giving this person that chance to do something different or waiting on this person to do something different, it still lets you know, as the high priestess, you still see no change. And the more you allow this to go on, the more enlightened you become that there is no change with this person. This is not going to change. That toxic energy of lying, possibly loving to argue, fight. I'm talking physical fighting here. Betrayal. This person could be somebody who cheats. This person could be somebody who lies. Likes to flirt. Not being honest about what they do or how they operate when they're not in your presence. But there's something about a low vibrational frequency to where there was a time y'all matched. And you may have changed over time. Then you waited for this person to change, but there was no change. This is what's causing you to walk away. This is what's causing you to cut it out with this King of Swords energy, because it's not serving you. Okay? You could have had some type of idea that you'd like to explore or get off the ground. It's something new that you may be trying to do here. And it's going to bring, I feel like it's going to bring wish fulfillment, because we have 9-9 here. You could see synchronicities of 9s and 8, because 8 is out here 3 times. Okay? So you could be seeing 888, 999, or 99 a lot. You could also be a life path 9 or life path 8. But there's something you need to do or want to do, and it's going to bring in more finances. It's actually going to have you set in a very comfortable place with this 9 of Pentacles energy, which is going to be very fulfilling to you. Whatever this is for you, it's going to be very fulfilling. Some idea you may come up with, some idea to create something different, create something new, or do something different, or choose a different type of job, or something you're going to be doing that's going to bring you a lot of happiness and victory here. One hell of an achievement. It's going to bring you a lot of success and attention. Yeah, because the world is here. Remember? That's the bottom of the deck. The world. And you have the Ace of Pentacles. And so it may be a decision you need to make. We know we're not ignoring the truth anymore. We're in the age of Aquarius. We're not ignoring the truth. This is the age of I know. High Priestess. I know. And I can see. So it's something you're learning. Remember? Page of Pentacles. It's something you're learning. Something new. And this is going to bring you into a lot of stability when it comes to your finances. It may even bring you into financial independence. That's a possibility here. Yeah, somebody's in regret because you left. Or you will be leaving. Yeah, something or someone from the past is a past energy. Remember, you shared something in the past energy or past life with this person that drew them to you. Y'all drew each other in, but it was a low vibration type of frequency. It was something toxic, very low vibrational, and that's what connected you to this person. I don't know if it was smoking, drinking, any type of habits, or just some type of ongoing cycle that needed to end some kind of way. 2 of Wands, yeah, you're choosing a different path, and you're dropping the burdens of this situation. You may be juggling finances right now. You may be juggling your emotions. You may be juggling your thoughts. You may be trying to get things together and get things in order step by step if you're leaving a person or you're deciding to go off on your own and do something different. You're coming into balance, but that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to balance. But you know that balance starts off with you cutting things and people's situations out. King of Swords, especially this toxic person. Yeah, there's an energy of curiosity and learning here. And there's soul searching. And you know this is something that you need to do because it's going to bring in some new idea for you. It's going to bring in some spiritual gifts as well. It's going to awaken some spiritual gifts as well. Yeah, you're not going to be stuck. You may have felt this energy before to where you felt stuck. And don't depend, it's just the thing. Don't depend on nobody. Like financially, emotionally, do not depend on anyone. And it could have been a codependency of finances and emotions and things like that. Insecurities from childhood, being safe, feeling safe, having enough, not having enough, emotional support, even just mental support. Someone to take you by your hand and illustrate things to you, show you. It may have been in childhood to where there was a lot of things that was demonstrated, but these things were toxic demonstrations of relationships and how to run the house and how to keep things done, or whether or not the person, whoever was raising you, kept things, whether they kept things up or not, or how they kept things up. There was some type of learned behavior in your past to do with your childhood, and these are the things that you may have felt stuck in the past, and that's the same energy you're facing today. It's a stuck energy of not having enough finances, not having a support system, not being able to trust, or just not trusting yourself that you can do things for yourself, do things on your own. That you don't have to be validated by another person, or you don't have to wait for another person in order for life to happen for you, or you don't have to wait for another person in order for you to be balanced, or in order for you to feel love, or in order for you to feel grounded and secure within yourself. There's a codependency here. And someone is definitely at a loss. I feel like they feel bad for losing you, or they just feel regret for watching you walk away, or causing you to walk away, or a lot of the conflict. You're dealing with somebody who could possibly have some mental issues as well, like bipolar or something like that, where they have bad mood swings. One minute they're for you, and the next minute they're not. Someone who could have addictions as far as gambling or drinking or something like that, okay? Some people, someone here may have an addiction to where they just like to run the streets. They like to run women. They like to run men, okay? And some of you may have been raised in a home where, you know, you saw the person that was raising you, they may have dealt with a partner who was exactly like this, okay? Someone who was toxic, who likes to fight, who likes to argue, run the streets, run men, run women, be flirty. You know what I'm saying? And be codependent upon you, okay? And that had become a burden to you, Gemini, and you had to release that, and that is the truth. You're seeing the truth about yourself. You're seeing the truth about this person. You may even be reflecting about your past, about your childhood, and you're realizing that you could have possibly drawn this person in because of the toxic traits that you may have shared. And this is something that you, yourself, Gemini, male or female, you may have decided, I'm not going to be like that anymore. I want to do something different. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to be that way. I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be known for this. I don't want to be known for that. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be this way. This is not the life I want. I don't want to be in the same type of energy. It's like a whole nother life, same energy. So you're looking at the truth. And it's becoming very clear, High Priestess, very clear, Hermit, how you need to operate with this in the direction you need to go in. Now, the direction you're going in is going to cause this person to probably try to come back to you, or, you know, even stalk you if you're moving away from this person, or if you're leaving this person behind, which I feel like you may be, leaving a fire sign behind, possibly earth sign, but more than likely a fire sign here, or it could be somebody with very heavy fire in their chart. But the truth is, you need to see the truth. Understand the truth about self. Understand the truth about this person who is possibly even stealing from you or not being honest about money as well. But they're there to hold you back in life. They're there to cause destruction. They're there to cause you from elevating and growing spiritually. Some of you may even have spiritual gifts that you're going to start learning about in hermit mode. You're going to discover these things about yourself, that you're quite spiritual. And there's no need to be codependent upon anyone. But depend on self. Decide for self. What do I want? What's wish fulfillment for me? What's going to feel good for me? How do I become more wealthy or independent or self-sufficient or self-secure within me and my life, my choices, my material gain, my financial gain, my opportunities? What am I going to do with my life? You're seeing this clearly. You're seeing the truth. So follow it. Follow your truth. Yeah, Lovers is showing up, Gemini energy. So you're definitely coming away from somebody here, Gemini. Definitely coming away from somebody. Because there's blockages here. Remember, we talked about the blockages, okay? Of your finances, your opportunities, and things like that. Okay? Bottom of the deck is honesty. So you could have dealt with in childhood. This is my inner child oracle deck. You could have dealt with someone in childhood who wasn't quite honest with you when it came to you asking for things as a child. They may have lied to you a lot, or told you that what they didn't have or what they couldn't do, or something to that effect, okay? Be honest with yourself and others. truth sets you free. Absolutely. So you dealt with scarcity mindset, scarcity mentality. Yeah, scarcity mindset, lack mentality. Even in childhood, people not being honest with you, people being deceptive. Yeah, a lot of deceit. Okay, and so I feel like this is something that you've reflected on, even now as an adult. Yeah, okay, because there's obstacles and challenges. Even with the person you were dealing with, they may have tried to cause these obstacles and challenges. This is the Five of Wands. Conflict, I told you. Arguing, fighting. Law enforcement may have had to get involved. Restraining orders may have had to been written up or whatever with this toxic devil energy here with the Five of Swords. Someone who's a self-sabotager as well. They self-sabotage. Especially if they feel like maybe you're doing better than them or you're going towards something better than them, or maybe you're dealing, they could very well be in their mind feeling like you're dealing with somebody that's better than them, and they want to keep you from it. Because 9 times out of 10, they're probably dealing with someone. You see what I'm saying? Then you have the Five of Swords again. Somebody who just want to win. Somebody who is a self-sabotager. They'll sabotage the relationship over and over and over until you get it and see it for what it is and let it go. Release this person. Five of Swords again. Somebody who just likes to win, who's a manipulator. They manipulate to get what they want. There's a lot of changes happening right now, Gemini. There's a lot of fives on the board. Five of Swords. Five of Wands. Okay? A lot of fives on the board. These ones and tens, these ones and these swords don't lie. This person is feeling conflicted. That's what that Five of Cups is about, and they're feeling defeated. Because I feel like Gemini has left the building. Okay? Then you got the Lover showing up twice. You could very well be doing what? Finally choosing yourself. High Priestess showing up twice. It's something you've been knowing for a while, and you probably just now starting to act on it, male or female. There's something you've been knowing for a while. This is High Priestess showing up twice in 2 different decks. There's something you've been in the knowing about for a while. You have maybe thought about this for a very long time. Start connecting the dots, Hermit, seeing where you went wrong, being curious about your spirituality, being enlightened, receiving spiritual downloads and information showing you where the problem lies. And the problem lies in the lie. Y'all will get that later. Okay. So anyway, just joking. But you're definitely allowing yourself to see. You're not pretending like you don't see it anymore. And again, the bottom of the deck is the Hangman. We got the Hangman twice. Things being stagnant, things being delayed, right? And you're starting to see things from a different perspective. This is why my life has been this way. This is why my life has been like that. Well, how can I change this? What do I do to change this? Because I don't want to attract this anymore. This is not what I want. I want a life of peace. I want a life of real, true, authentic love. I want a life of acceptance. I want to be accepted, but I want to also have to accept. I want to understand how to accept. I want a life of equal give and take, 6 of Pentacles. I want a person that's going to treat me right because I'm going to treat them right. This person trying to come around here, this person here that you releasing or walking away from, this person is in a lot of regret. Yeah, they're in a lot of regret. They could be low-key depressed about it too because they're definitely going to miss your energy. But do they deserve to be in your energy? Can you grow with this person? No. No. Because this person have to do healing work, just like you would have to do healing work as well. And they got to be willing to do the work. We have free will, but you're not doing the work if you're in the Five of Wands energy and the Five of Swords. You're not doing any work. You're too busy being toxic. So you've made all the sacrifices, and now you're seeing things from a different perspective. Now you're seeing what it is you really truly want. What's going to be good for me? What can I decide that's going to actually take me out of my comfort zone to where I can become more comfortable with myself, more independent with myself, self-sufficient, self-security. I'll provide it to myself. You're learning to be dependent on self and not other people. No family people, no lovers, no friends, no co-workers, nobody else. You only want to learn to depend on you. Because if I can depend on me, then when I do attract the right kind of spouse or partner, then they know they can depend on me too. And vice versa. If my person can depend on themselves and they can make themselves self-sufficient and self-secure and independent in finances or independent in life, if they can do it for themselves, then they can do it for me. And that way, this has to do with being equally yoked too, because that means when you come together with that person that has the same intentions as you, when you come together with that person that has the same self-love as you, then y'all can both meet together, intertwine, and then y'all can grow and come up together, right? Because we've learned how to do these things separately. I know how to take care of me and depend on me. You know how to take care of you and depend on you. Therefore, we can definitely take care of one another and depend on one another because we know how to do it on our own. Okay, so that's how I feel that you are thinking and what you have reflected upon that you're now going after. You want a different life, a life that has nothing to do with arguing and fighting and being, in any toxicity. Some of you have children, and this is another reason why you allow yourself to see things from a different perspective, because I don't want my children to witness me with all this arguing and fighting and destruction going on in the house. There's no boundaries. You're dealing with someone, maybe they have children, or you have children, or you have children, they don't, they have children, you don't. This could have been a joint family to where one or the other may have had children and y'all joined together. Or it don't have to be children involved at all. This could have to just do with your past as a child. And those things are starting to sprout up in your adulthood, and you're starting to realize it, notice it, and you see it, and you want to change it. Okay? Because everybody don't have children. But for those of you who have children, that's one of the main reasons why you want to change this up. You're starting to see, hangman, you're seeing it from a different perspective. You're receiving the downloads. You're receiving the spiritual wisdom and knowledge, hermit and hangman. You're being enlightened. Spirit is showing you, and it's for you to see it. Spirit is enlightening you and giving you the answers that you need to your solution. Giving you the answers you need to your problem, which is the solution, which is to become self-sufficient. Depend on you. Detach from this devil energy. Detach from that. It's going to leave this person in despair, but that's their problem. That has nothing to do with you, because that person wasn't with you for the right reasons anyway. This person was a lesson. This is another lesson that needed to be learned. Yeah, this is the solar plexus chakra. Have confidence in yourself. Believe in yourself, Gemini. Believe in yourself. That is the truth once again. Ace of Swords, showing up twice. Clarity and truth. All you got to do is follow it. Follow your intuition. You're the high priestess twice. Follow your intuition. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing. Wish fulfillment. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and 2 of Wands. Because you're choosing a different path. Because you're choosing a different path. The changes that you really truly deserve is coming. The wish fulfillment that you deserve, the independence that you're looking for, that you're in search for, that you so need and so desire, is coming. But you had to see it first. You had to go through another lesson. This was another lesson. And 6 of Wands showing up again. 6 of Wands was in this deck, 6 of Wands in the new deck. Achievements, victory, success. It's yours, and it's because of the choices that you're making. And a lot of you, you're going to end up, because I've seen the Lovers come out twice. You had the Lovers at the bottom of the deck of the other deck, and then you have Harmony here. So I've seen the Lovers twice. See, the Lovers that came out at the top, I hadn't pulled it yet. And therefore, you're choosing yourself first, but you will receive new love because you're going to be in a new energy. Therefore, you're going to attract that partner who's going to give equally to you, where you will be on the same page. You will be equally yoked. You're not going to have to tell this person that they should give to you and treat you fairly. You're not going to have to tell this person that they shouldn't cheat on you or lie to you or hold back things from you. You're not going to have to do that with the new person. Some of you may have a new person coming in. Yeah. You have a new person coming in, so you're going to have options. And this old person that you're walking away from, they could be trying to cause confusion when that new person come in, so be mindful of that. Set your boundaries. Okay? Make sure you set your boundaries. Gemini energy, I hope that the messages were clear for you. I also hope that the messages were helpful. And until next time, Gemini, I want you to take care.